TikTok is a platform where you need to be creating as much content as possible to be seen by as many people and grow as quickly as you can within the industry. So you want to make sure that you're working smarter, not harder, when it comes to creating that content, which is why today we're going to be talking about how to use one piece of content, one topic idea, in 5 different ways on TikTok to create that valuable engagement, build up your following, and save you a ton of time and effort as you're creating these. Plus, I have a special bonus tip at the very end for you that you do not want to miss, because this is going to revolutionize the way that you're creating your content and save your future self a ton of work. And remember, if you need tutorials on how to use TikTok and really leverage it to the best of your ability, check down below because I've got them all linked up for you in a great playlist to help you grow what you're doing on TikTok and really expand your platform. The first TikTok we're going to be creating is your speaking TikTok. This is where you have your one content point, the one topic you're going to be speaking about, and you're going to be delivering that in your speaking voice to the camera. Now, this can be direct to camera where you're looking at the camera and speaking. It could be something where you're showing B-roll footage and you're doing a voiceover, but the point is that you are speaking to your audience. They need to hear your voice and preferably see your face in some way, shape, or form. And so you are going to be creating that first piece of content around your content idea. We're going to parlay off of this for everything else. And you can do some really cool things with this. So we've got tutorials down below on how to create these really good, engaging, effective TikToks. Make sure you check that out. But you can speak directly to camera and you can just memorize what you're going to say and say it. You can script it, have it off to the side, and then deliver one line at a time. And when you do that, pro tip here, what I suggest or recommend that you do is actually move around the camera. So set up your camera, have it on a tripod so that it is still and it is not moving, or you're going to change your backgrounds. That's an option too. And you are going to look off camera to your phone, to your notes, to your whatever, learn that one line, look back to camera, and say that line. Then you're going to move your location so you're standing slightly off screen or further back or closer up, and you're going to move it so it looks like you've edited together rather than staying in one location, saying a line, clipping it where people can clearly see that you've clipped it, and say the next line. Make your editing look intentional, or as you're doing this, you also have the ability to change your background. So you can film in one location and then step to another location so it's a different background, so it looks like it's intentionally cut, which is your whole goal here. Otherwise, it's more of a disruptive process if you're staying in one location, in one spot, looking directly at the camera, and then cutting it in between lines. They kind of know what you've done there. So you want to use this to be as short as possible. Usually 15 to 20 seconds is a good sweet spot, but as short as possible to get all the information in. If it goes longer, that's okay. You get up to 59 seconds. You know the drill, or you can upload up to 3 minutes now. You can check out the video on that. I don't recommend it, but you can do it. And make sure that you are creating this one piece of content. This should be your most important priority when you're creating these TikToks before we jump into how to use that same content in other ways. Now, we know that music is a big deal on TikTok and it really gets attention, so you want to make sure you're leveraging those trending sounds, or you're using the commercially licensed music to create content for your platform. And we want to make sure that we're leveraging what is working right now. Now, this does not mean you have to do these big elaborate lip syncs, or you have to learn dances, or you have to learn all of the trending things. You do not. You can still leverage this music in a way that's easy for you to do. So if you want to go all out and learn these things, by all means, it will get attention, go for it. Me personally, I don't dance very much on TikTok, but I do use these sounds to do some lip syncing and dubbing occasionally, but more so than that, I am pointing on the beats of music to information on screen. So whatever your main topic is for your videos, you can find sounds that work with it, or trending sounds, or sounds that have those trending actions with them, and leverage that inside of your business. And if that means kind of moving around a little bit on screen, go for it, but you don't have to go all out on this unless you want to. You want to make sure you are pointing to the beats and delivering that content, or you're kind of moving around and just having your words on screen as you go, but you can then put all of this in text form on your videos, so you don't even have to speak. You don't have to worry about voiceovers. You don't have to worry about getting your lines correct. All you have to do is do something visually interesting on screen to direct people to where you want them to look. And a lot of times people will just put big blocks of words up on the screen, and you can do it so that they can see little bits at a time and reveal it as you go so they can kind of read through it. I do not recommend putting the entire thing on screen at once because that's just going to be a lot of information for people to read. Could get overwhelming, could cause them to leave. So break it up a little bit. Make sure you're using the timer feature for that. I've actually got that linked down below, so if you need a tutorial on how to do this, I've got that down there for you. and you can put these words up on screen and then just do something engaging, even if it's walking on and off screen as you are talking about your points within the text. You're just going to be pointing to things. You don't even have to point to the beats. You can just point to where the text is going to be on the screen, and you can go from there. Now, once you've posted your main content and you've started to add in your supplemental content, you're probably going to start to get some comments and hopefully some questions on your post. Now is the time to answer at least one of those questions. So you are going to be able to click on the question and click the video reply, where you can either film it directly in TikTok or you can film it outside and upload it in, which I recommend in most cases, and we've got videos on that down below for you. And you want to make sure that you're responding to someone. Now, if you are a newer account or if you're not getting engagement right now, plant a friend. Have someone else on TikTok ask you a question. If you've got a good question that works with it, give them the question and let them post the question, which you can then respond to inside of your comments. But just FYI, you can also post your own questions. So you can post something in the comments and then video reply to yourself. So if you want to put commonly asked questions in your captions, that's fine. You can do that. You can do that down in your comments below and then just reply to yourself until we build it up for people to start doing it on the platform with you and leaving their questions and comments. So you're going to want to respond to someone's comment or question. Even if you don't get a question, you can respond to a comment. You can spin their comment into a question, but you want to do something that goes along with the topic and show that you are active and engaged and responding to people. So when people are leaving those questions, it actually shows it in the comments that you have left a video response. And the more that people see of those, the more likely they are to actually ask those questions of you. But you want to make sure that you're building upon what you're teaching by engaging, interacting, and answering those questions. As you're continuing to have the discussion around your main topic, you do want to make sure that you're doing something like a deep dive. So if you've put out a piece of content where you have given them different bullet points or given them different action steps, I want you to do a deep dive on one of those points. Take one of those bullet points and expand on it. Talk a little bit more about it. Keep it short, keep it snappy, maybe even give a little different spin or a different viewpoint to it, but what you want to do is really drill down deep with what you have been talking about and refer back to that other TikTok. If people are interested in what you're talking about, they're going to go watch the other one as well. So start breaking down what you're doing from having those like longer bullet point lists to really fleshing out one point at a time. You could even use this as a series if you want to drill down into each and every one of those points that you're talking about. But this is a great way to expand on what you were talking about and really just talk about the same topic, but a little bit more of an advanced look at it that will then get people's attention and get them to go back and look at the rest as well. At this point, we're probably ready for some low effort videos, am I right? Now, there's a really cool way you can actually do this by leveraging the content that you've already put out there. All you have to do is go to your video, your main video, your dancing video, your question video, whatever it happens to be, whatever it's going to be most meaningful, and tap the Duet button. All you have to do is tap the Duet button. Sit yourself down and point at your video. You don't have to do anything but react to yourself. You are just pointing at the video, at yourself talking. You can nod, being like, I made a good point. That's something you should be listening to. You can do whatever you need to do, but it's very low minimum effort because you're just showing something you've already put out there. You're just reminding people. Now, when you do this, I do recommend you are spacing this out by at least a few days. If you were posted at the beginning of the week, wait until toward the end of the week and re-kick that back out there by duetting it. You can, of course, stitch it as well. This is just a little bonus pro tip, but that does require you to then add a little bit to it. So if you find that people are really engaging with a video, stitch it. They're going to see the beginning part of it or a part of it, and then you can jump in with commentary. You can add something in. You can ask them a question. You can ask them something to engage, but it's not something that you have to do. If you want that low level, duet it. If you want a little bit higher level, you can stitch it, but that then shows that video and kicks it back to that video. It links back to that video so people can go and watch that and you can get credit for that as well. So make sure that if you've got really good content, wait a couple of days to a couple of weeks and duet that. Or you can wait longer and duet it later on too. I'm just saying there are lots of ways to reuse your content. But I promised you a special bonus tip, didn't I? Now here's the deal. You are creating as much content as possible. You're making this as easy for yourself as possible. You're going to be batch creating your content. You're going to space out the release of it, but you do not just have to do this once. a little tip that I use inside of my businesses is that when I'm talking about a topic and I have created my scripts, I know exactly what I'm going to be saying. I know the different dances I'm going to be moving to. I know the different things I'm going to be drilling down on. I know what I'm saying. I really am very familiar with my topic. I want to make the most out of this. So what I do is I actually switch up my outfits. I have multiple outfits and I will film the same thing, even down to the same script, but I will film it in a different outfit, maybe in a different setting, maybe in a different way. I will change up my energy level. I'll do things a little bit differently and I'll film it multiple ways. And then this week, I will drop round 1 of all this content. I will put my main post out, I'll put the drill downs out, I'll put the dancing out, I'll put all those things around that topic. But then I will take the second outfits, even the third outfits, and I will put them in my drafts folder. And I will let them sit there for a month or more. And then a month later, after I have new people coming to join me, after my people have forgotten the lessons that I've taught them because we've already moved on with other types of topics, I am going to pull this back out. It's the same scripts. I don't change things. I might change a word or two, I might change my delivery a little bit, but it's the exact same topic, same thoughts, same theories, same things that I'm teaching, and it's going to resonate with people in a new way, whether or not they saw the originals. And so I space them out by at least a month, usually more for me, but you can do whatever you need to do. Space them out so that there are videos in between. Because remember, keep this in mind. When you are posting these TikToks, if people come to find you and they look at your profile and they really like you, they're really engaged with you, they're going to go through some of your recent videos. No one is going to sit there and go through 50 videos, but they will go through a couple of swipes on your page and they'll go through some of your videos. So give it a gap time, put a bunch of videos in between, and then do it again. You do not have to plan entirely new content. You can say the exact same thing and just switch up how you're doing it. The algorithm doesn't read it as the same video because it's a new video, even though it's the same topic, even though it's the same script. You're delivering it in a different way, you look a different way, it's all good, and then you can double down, even triple down on that content and prepare for months ahead of time. While you're still in that mindset, you're still in that headspace, you know exactly what you're talking about, you're already saying the words, you're batch creating it, so it's easier for you to speak and you get tongue-tied less, you know what you're talking about, and you don't have to revisit it personally before you deliver that content to people again. So your pro tip here is to film it, and film it again, and film it again, film it in different outfits, film it in different looks, and then space out the release of it because you are going to be creating content for yourself months in advance without having to stress over it and without having to constantly be coming up with new topics for your TikTok content. Now, if you've got questions on TikTok or how to use it, again, we've got those tutorials down below. I've got them all for you, so make sure you're checking those out to help you grow with your TikTok. We know that TikTok is explosive right now and doing so well for people, so now's the time to leverage this and really build out what you're doing within the TikTok platform, which you can then, by the way, repurpose to Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. It's a great thing right now, and you can continue to grow with what you're doing without stressing about the content you are going to be creating. If you've got questions, drop them down below and hit that subscribe and notification bell, because we're still talking about how you can grow on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, and all the social platforms to create more profit inside of your business. And next video, it's a good one. It's a surprise, but you don't want to miss it. So hit the subscribe and notification bell. Go check out the community tab because I'm answering questions over there for you as well, plus giving you some bonus content that doesn't make it into the videos. And I will see you in our next video, as well as our weekly live stream every Wednesday at 10 a.m. answering your questions live right here on the YouTube channel.